Hey, Ty. Wilson Alexander from the Advocate. Pleasure to see you. I'm curious, just obviously this is a great game for you personally this past week, 147 yards and two touchdowns. This has been a tough year for y'all running the ball. Was there something that unlocked the way y'all ran the football this past week?
Well, we've been had that going. I feel like we could have been done all year. It's been a rough year for all of us. And I feel like that week of practice we really attacked it and said that we wanted to go in and just have a great week. Despise everything that's going on around us that only control we can control and go out there and work hard every day.
Hey, Tyler, it's Jacques from Channel 9, man. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, good, man. Congratulations on the great game that you had. Just curious, I know before the year I'd heard people say that you took great pride in wearing number 3 because it's Kevin Falk's number and everything. Can you just talk about that? And I know it's obviously been the toughest of times for Kevin. Can you share if you had any interaction with him and how's he doing?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Falk. We talk at least twice a week since he's been out for a moment. But like number 3, that's a special number. And I asked him to wear it before I got here, and I told him I was going to hold it down, and I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, that's a special number. That's a special number. I'm gonna try my best to keep on doing what I'm doing. As long as everyone's together, we're going out there working hard. Listen to our coach, no matter what's going on around us, just going out there and yeah, it's gonna be a special.
And just to follow up, do you feel like the last game kind of breaks the seal a little bit in terms of, okay, we can do this now, we can run the ball, maybe we can continue to run the football?
Yes, sir. I think that opened up a lot of eyes and just continue to build off that game and because like the O line, we have a great O line, but like we practice really well that week. The O line, they came with it, they worked their butts off. As you can see, those holes, a lot of those holes were wide open, and I just did great with the opportunity, did good with the opportunity that I had, given to like the great job that they did.
Yeah, hey Ty. I was wondering what your thoughts were on the rivalry between these two schools. I mean, there've been some great games over the years, and what are your thoughts on just how heated it is and what the history is?
Well, I mean, growing up watching Florida and LSU always has been a big rivalry game, and I remember like my freshman year, that stadium was so crazy, it was loud. It was nothing like I've ever seen before. And I remember it was tied up 28-28, and my running back coach, he put me in a game, and he was asking me, was I ready? And I'm like, of course I'm ready. And that's when I had scored that touchdown to make it 35-28, and it was just electrifying. And I remember, like, I think about that all the time, like just the stadium and how like Tiger Stadium gets, it's something electrifying.
So you grew up with this rivalry. How far do you go back with it? What's your earliest memory?
Tim Tebow, that's the earliest I remember.
Great. Hey, thank you, man.
Yes, sir.
Scott, your mic's not working.
Yeah, hey Ty, this is Glenn West with LSU Country. Was wondering if you could just, I guess, talk about the development of the two freshmen, Corey and Armani back there alongside you. How have you seen those two guys grow throughout the season?
They're great, man. We all push each other. Amani, he's probably the fastest out of all of us. He's a real quick, fast kid. Corey, he's real explosive. He's explosive, and he has great balance. I talk to him about that all the time, tell him how great his balance is, and we all compete together, and they make me better. We all make each other better in that room.
Hey Ty, this is Shay Dixon.
What's up, Shay?
Coach O had mentioned, what's up? How are you? Coach O had mentioned that kind of some of the run schemes that Jake Peets went with this weekend were things that y'all had put in place. He was glad y'all stuck with. These pulling guards, all of the different looks to get you outside. Does that fit your style, or was that something y'all had been doing all year, or was it more prevalent against Kentucky?
I mean, it's something that I feel like we the whole year we've been trying to establish, you know. But like I say, like the O-line, they just came with it like a different mentality that we could practice, and you see what they did. And so we're just going to continue to build off from that and finish strong this year.
All right, let's try it again. Ty, Scott Rappelay from The Advocate. Obviously, a lot of fingers have been pointed before Saturday to the running game being, just not effective and stuff like that. Did you guys hear that criticism? Has it been any kind of motivation? And did you feel like, did you personally feel like this was something, the game you had was something that you or one of the other backs could have had at some point? You had to just put it all together. Did you have confidence in yourselves that whole time?
Yes, sir. Like the O-line, like they, of course, like people say things, you know, but like we stick together, you know, like we try our best not to even worry about that, because like what matters is the people that's inside the building, and we control the outcome of the games, and we control the way we practice, we control our attitude. So they chose to like say forget everything and just go out there and just show everyone that they can do it, and they did, man. And like I had a great game. Any one of those backs could have done it. Corey could have done it. Josh Williams could have done it. Armand could have done it. Like I just did great with the opportunities that I had.
Hey Ty, Leah Van from The Advocate. I was wondering, how did you balance the excitement of maybe having like your season's best game this past Saturday with the fact that it also came with a loss for your team?
Well, everyone wants to win, you know, and I did have a pretty good game. I feel like it was okay, and but I mean, at the end of the day, you want to win, you know. Like it's just something about winning. Like some people might want individual awards or whatnot, but I mean, at the end of the day, that's not what matters, you know. So I was just trying my best to come back for my team, and I just had that. That was my mindset. I didn't even know how many yards I had after the game, but I was just trying to make a comeback for my team.
Yeah, Ty, it's me again. I'm trying to figure out protocol here because I'm an outsider. I'm over in Gainesville here.
Okay.
But yeah, you mentioned Tebow, and I didn't want to push. But what was the game? Was it the Hester game with the 4th downs, or what? Can you recall what the game was? Because I'm going to write on the rivalry, and that's pretty far back for a guy of your age. What are you, like 21?
I turned 21 next Saturday.
Man,
But
so you were young when that game was played.
yeah, I used to like watch the clippings, but like I'm just used to watching his highlights, like the highlights of those games, because like they always show, like on commercials or like just any LSU, anything dealing with LSU football, they show old games. So, but I can't really recall like specific people, like you say, because I was young and I was just watching the games and I was just rooting for LSU. But I knew it was like a big rivalry game, and yeah.
So it was one of the biggies up there with like Bama and stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thanks for the time.
Hey, Tyron, before the year, Coach Ogeron said over and over he wanted you and John Emery to, take the lead and do the rushing attack this year. How tough was it that John hasn't, is not going to be able to play? Have you been in contact? How's he handling all that?
I talk to John all the time. I mean, it's tough for anyone, I feel like he's doing the best he can with it, staying positive, and just finishing up. He's been doing really well in school, and just staying on top of everything. He wants to be out there, and I miss him being out there next to me, man, honestly. Like, I miss him, for real.
I guess we never know what would have happened, but do you think he would have been an impact in that pass-catching game? We heard a lot about his ability to catch the ball in this new offense, and it never happened.
Most definitely. John catch the ball really well.
I'm curious, you obviously spend a lot of time around Max, and he's sort of halfway now through his first full season as a starter. Has there sort of been a moment or a play where you've really seen some growth from him?
I mean, he surprised me all the time, man. You just never know with him. He works hard. He's one of the hardest workers on the team. Been like that since he first got in, and I remember having a conversation with him when he first got here on campus, and I told him just keep working hard, like just keep doing what you're doing, like, cause I see it and I know everyone else sees it, and yeah, he's a great quarterback in my eyes.
Hey Ty, it's Shay again. I know you don't call up the plays, but do you sense?
Right.
I mean, Kayshawn was obviously a big playmaker with him going down. Do you sense the run game or the running back room will be leaned on maybe a bit more, or is that kind of something that goes through your mind in a time like that?
Yeah, but I'll say like those receivers in that room, they have a lot of talent in that room. Like it's unbelievable the amount of talent they have in that room actually. Like they all can be starters. Like I'm not just saying that like they really all can be starters. They're really that good. So like someone's gonna have to step up and be the next man. And I don't think like they have a problem with that. They all compete with each other each and every day. It's hard to play everyone. And I know that's hard for people like to hear or like for a player to hear, but like they compete with each other every day. They make each other better. They make Kayshawn better. And so like, I mean, and I do believe the run game, we're going to run the ball more, and we're going to try to like keep it going, but I don't think that the receivers are worried. I think someone's going to step up and make plays.
Thanks, Ty.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ty, this is Ron Higgins with Tiger Rag Magazine. What's been the hardest part of this year? Has it been the losing or the fact that there's been no holes to run in until last week?
Yeah, it's I mean, we all go through adversity, and just like it's been a tough year for everyone, and we just come out there and practice and do our best each and every day.
Ty, after the Kentucky game, Coach O talked about how you had something to prove. Do you feel like you played with a chip on your shoulder?
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please? Can you repeat that, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so after the Kentucky game, Coach O talked about how you had something to prove this season, and of course it was your best game. Do you feel like you were playing with a chip on your shoulder?
Honestly, I was out there playing football, honestly. The same way I play every week. I was just giving them the opportunities, and I did the best I could do with them.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.